Shake Table Towers by Ian Ward and JP Boiler. This is a basic sketch of our building. This would show how wide and how long it would be. The building codes made it so we had to have 36 centimeters in height. The law code stated that the building couldn't just be taped to the ground. Then this meant that we had to use straws and nail them under the ground so the building could hold its ground during an earthquake. Next, we started to build the supports on the side and the structure of the overall building. We didn't do exactly as planned as we were going to do in our sketch drawing. The architects told everyone that the building was too plain. All of the buildings looked the same. Me and Ian came up with a Star Wars themed roof. Here's our final product of the roof. The roof includes 1 Death Star, 1 Millennium Falcon, 3 TIE Fighters, 1 Y-Wing, and 1 X-Wing. Instead of 19 centimeters in length and width, it became 20 centimeters in length and width. And instead of 36 centimeters in height, it became 60.96 centimeters from the roof. As you can see, we added 4 sandbags to our building to see how much weight it could handle. Ian and I added some X-looking supports at the bottom and a sort of T-shaped support on our first floor. This would help our building stand up. Our first floor is the strongest floor overall. Most of our straws were used on making the first floor. This is because we made X-looking supports to prevent the triple-supported pillars from falling. Even though our strongest floor is the first floor, there's one thing bad about it. The pillar in the middle of the building is made out of leftover straws. Ian and I attached them together to make one oddly shaped pillar. We used tape everywhere on our building, from connecting straws to making TIE Fighters and X-Wings. Tape was the most important material in the whole project, other than the straws, of course. Ian and I got to use paper to make the floors of the first and second level. After we thought we were finished with the roof, we decided we needed more straws. For our action scene, we used extra straws to make the plane stick out on the side. Here's one of our first earthquakes on the fake earthquake table.
95 is if you get 10. If it crashes here, then you get 9. Hey, that's 2 weeks. That's a small one.
Sadly, 14 sandbags was too much for our building.
Oh, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down.
We made a graph to show you how our building handled the shaking. This is just one of the many graphs from each shaking. The X measures how much our building swayed from right to left. The Y-axis measures how much our building went side to side. The Z-axis measures how much our building went up and down.
How many sandbags did your building support, JP?
It supported 12 sandbags. It wasn't the strongest, though.
Where did your building fail and why?
Well, it failed because our support at the bottom didn't have enough tape, and then it started to wobble, and on its third wobble while the earthquake was happening, it collapsed on itself.
What could be added?
Well, I think we could add tape to the one support that fell off, because that kind of caused the whole falling of the support.
What did you learn about building an earthquake-proof building?
Well, I learned that building an earthquake-proof building is a little bit harder than in real, just a video game. And there's lots more science behind it than I was expecting.
What did you enjoy about the lab?
Well, I enjoyed the building of the roof and making TIE Fighters and X-Wings. And also I really enjoyed making the Millennium Falcon. How many sandbags did your building support?
Our building supported 12 sandbags.
Where did your building fail?
Our building failed in the front right corner because I just don't think that we had enough power enough tape, and because also in the middle where there were little bits of a straw. that broke apart and didn't support the floor. We also needed some more tape.
What could be added to the building if you were to do it again?
Well, we would replace the middle straw, like I said, add a few more straws to the corners, and then retape everything.
What did you learn from building an earthquake-proof building?
I learned that it's much harder than I actually thought, but it's very fun.
What did you enjoy about the lab and the building process?
I enjoyed pretty much all of it, especially the roof, because making the X-Wings and the Millennium Falcon, that was pretty fun.